Did you know that 40% of students in the education system receive special education services? It was not even until 1975, just 42 years ago, that services were offered to those with diagnosed disabilities. I am Katie Wagner, and spending time with my peers with disabilities is what I love and do the most. It leaves me in complete awe that these amazing people who face enough challenges already could not even receive a proper education. Today I will inform you of some of the laws regarding the education system for those with special needs. Let's move now to my first point. The first and most important law to understand and know is the Individuals with Disabilities Act, most commonly called the IDEA. This law was enacted in 1975 but previously called something else. According to Understood.org, the IDEA secures an appropriate and free education for those with disabilities, just as a student without these needs would get, from a child to age 21 or graduation, whichever comes first. It states how whenever possible, these students will be taught in an inclusive environment. This law also gives rights to the parents and protects the student from information regarding their person and their needs being shared. In order to qualify for these services in accordance with the IDEA, the student must first be evaluated in order to determine the disability as well as the needs the student would require. If such is considered applicable, the student's family and members of the school create an individualized education program, or an IEP, that directly states the educational goals, services, and disabilities the students will need to be the most successful. I have an example of an IEP right here that I will show you. You can look up examples of outlines of IEPs on Google or wherever, and you will find them. But I'm going to just show you a few things on the IEP that are common on all IEPs, no matter the student. So you all have a handout of this. It'll state their legal name, their the state ID for their IEP, their age at the IEP, and their grade, and when the IEP meeting will be. The people that have to be in attendance include the parent of the student or the guardian, the case manager, the regular educator of the student, so their main teacher that they'll keep going back to throughout the day, as well as the building administrator, or also known as the LEA. These are usually about 19 pages long. I picked the two most important pages out of this specific outline that I found to share. So one of the other pages looks like this, and it includes instructional services, so what they currently can do, their current experiences like vacuuming, washing tables, walks to classes with minimal support, and their plans for that year to continue working on those skills, like to continue working on education and working on following schedules. It also states their employment, or what they plan to do after they graduate or turn 21, I'm sorry. So it'll say whether they plan to be employed or whether they plan to volunteer or whatever. It also says their current level, as in the specific one says how the student works really hard at any task. He is able to follow directions, and he can repeat doing the tasks with minimal support after he does them one time. It also says their independent living skills, whether they're going to be able to live on their own after high school, their current level of daily skills, whether they can get dressed, brush their teeth, clean, take out trash, that kind of stuff on their own. Their community involvement, so whether they're involved in Special Olympics, they go to the library, bowling, shopping, whether they have an attendant caregiver, or such as that, as well as 19 other pages. According to Great School, let's move now. Okay.